Yes, good morning, everybody. Now, detectives have reopened a murder investigation 21 years after a woman from Middlesbrough was found dead in North Yorkshire. Police say they found significant new lines of inquiry into the case of Vicky Glass. She was last seen being dropped off by a taxi driver in Middlesbrough at 4 a.m. on the 24th of September in the year 2000. Her body was found on the 3rd of November in a stream in the village of Danby in North Yorkshire. Well, our North East of England reporter Rachel Sweeney joins us now. Thank you very much, Rachel. After 2 decades, are police hopeful now that they can solve this mysterious death?
Yes, police hope that modern investigative and forensic techniques can finally get justice for Vicky Glass and her family. Her mother has died in the time that she was murdered, not knowing what happened to her daughter. 21 years ago, Vicky Glass was murdered and she was only 21 years old, but resources have significantly improved in that time and police are hopeful that developments may be able to be discovered. They say that they've identified over 300 recommendations after reviewing the last case, the main one being that a re-investigation is needed. They plan to go through 2,000 hours of CCTV footage and interview potential witnesses. Now let's just take a look at where I am now. So this is Union Street that I'm on here. That is the junction with Eshwood Square, and that is where Vicky was dropped off by a taxi 21 years ago. Her body was later found 6 weeks later in a stream in Danby in North Yorkshire. Let's have a look at what we know about Vicky. Well, her family said she was very loving. She had a very loving and positive childhood. She enjoyed that. She had many friends. She was also in a jazz band. But when she turned 18, her life dramatically changed. She was involved with people who exploited her, police said. She went down a path of drug use and she was sexually exploited. Vicky then was pressured into sex work. Police say that this was not her fault. And while doing this on the streets of Middlesbrough, she disappeared. This continues to be a line of inquiry for police. They want to know who she was with at the time she was dropped off at that junction, or who was she going to see. Detectives have opened a website, www.vickyglass.co.uk, and they're urging anyone with any information to go on there and leave what they know. Police have said that Vicky was a vulnerable woman who was exploited by men. She was not a sex worker by choice, but forced because of circumstances as a young adult. She had her whole life ahead of her and she was loved by her family. She did not deserve this. Her family have also released a statement, and in it, they've said she didn't deserve her life to be taken. No one had the right to do that. We feel the loss of Vicky every day, they said. She deserves justice and hope that this reinvestigation puts those responsible behind bars. Now, if you do have any information on this, you can call Cleveland Police on 101. You can contact Crime Stoppers anonymously, or you can visit www.vickyglass.co.uk. It is hoped that justice will finally be found for the family of Vicky Glass.